Look up at the night sky. The moon is a deeply comforting presence, a silent, glowing guardian that has peacefully watched over our planet for over 4 billion years. It gently controls our ocean tides. It perfectly stabilizes our planetary rotation. It is the ultimate cosmic symbol of peace and permanence. But what if it wasn't? What if, tonight, the moon suddenly stopped drifting away from us in the dark and started falling? Most people think they already know exactly how this apocalyptic story ends. A colossal, blinding impact, a violent explosion of fire and rock that instantly cracks the Earth in half and ends humanity in a fraction of a second. But they are completely wrong, because if the moon falls toward Earth, it will never actually touch the ground. Long before it can reach the surface, our own planet will do something far more terrifying. The Earth will physically, violently tear the moon apart while it is still hanging in the sky. Today, we are going to experience the ultimate claustrophobic nightmare. We are going to witness the sky physically collapsing on top of us. At first, you wouldn't even notice the deadly movement. The moon is currently sitting 238,000 miles away in the dark. But day by day, night by night, it gets slightly larger. Within just a few short months, the true megalophobia begins to set in. The moon now takes up a massive, terrifying portion of the night sky. The familiar craters and dark lunar seas are no longer just blurry gray spots. They are towering, jagged mountains and unimaginably deep valleys hanging directly above your fragile head. It literally feels like a massive, heavy stone ceiling is slowly, deliberately being lowered over the entire world. It creates a crushing, inescapable weight, constantly pressing down on your mind. But the psychological terror of a collapsing sky is absolutely nothing compared to the physical devastation that comes next. As the moon violently crosses the 100,000-mile mark, its massive gravity begins to weaponize our own oceans against us. The tides, once gentle and predictable, become monstrous and completely unstoppable. Coastal cities around the entire globe are instantly swallowed by massive, relentless walls of black water. New York, Tokyo, London, they completely disappear beneath the crushing, violent waves. But the rising water is only the very beginning of the end. The extreme, conflicting gravitational pull from the approaching giant starts to physically stretch the Earth's rocky crust. Massive global earthquakes violently shatter the continents. Thousands of dormant supervolcanoes violently erupt simultaneously, filling the entire atmosphere with thick, choking gray ash and completely blocking out the sun. You might think, this is the absolute end. You might desperately pray for the moon to just crash and finish the job instantly. But the true cosmic horror has not even started yet. I am going to pause this apocalypse for just 1 second. If you are fascinated by the terrifying, brutal truths of our universe, hit the subscribe button right now. We are actively building the deepest, darkest space community on YouTube, and you really don't want to miss our next dive into the void. Now, let's cross the absolute limit. The moon is now only 11,000 miles away. It takes up almost the entire observable sky. It completely blocks out the sun. The Earth is plunged into a terrifying, suffocating, unnatural eclipse. And then, it finally reaches the Roche limit. The Roche limit is a terrifying mathematical boundary. It is the exact, precise point in space where the gravitational pull of the Earth becomes significantly stronger than the gravity holding the moon together. Because the front of the moon is physically closer to Earth than the back of the moon, it is pulled much, much harder. And suddenly, the silent guardian violently screams. If you look up through the ash, you will see something that completely defies human comprehension. Deep, glowing red fissures begin to violently spiderweb across the entire lunar surface. The moon doesn't just break like a dropped plate. It is slowly, agonizingly stretched and ripped apart by invisible absolute forces. Billions of tons of ancient rock, heavy dust, and the glowing lunar core are violently peeled away, floating out into the cold vacuum of space. You are literally watching a world being autopsied in the sky. In a matter of days, the moon you knew is completely gone. In its place is a spectacular glowing ring of shattered debris circling the Earth, looking exactly like the rings of Saturn. For a brief, agonizing moment, if you somehow survived the global earthquakes and the crushing floods, you might look up through the smoke and think it is incredibly beautiful. A massive silver and bright orange halo completely surrounding our broken planet. But it is a cosmic trap. The stunning ring of debris is stuck in a very low Earth orbit, and it is highly, terrifyingly unstable. The massive lunar rocks are constantly colliding in the dark, violently grinding down into smaller and smaller pieces. And as they lose their orbital momentum, they begin to inevitably fall. It starts as a breathtaking, beautiful meteor shower. Thousands of glowing shooting stars lighting up the dark, ashen sky. But within mere hours, it becomes a complete apocalyptic bombardment. Chunks of the shattered moon, the size of houses and massive skyscrapers, begin slamming into the Earth's surface at over 20,000 miles per hour. This is not a single quick impact event. This is an endless, agonizing rain of pure fire that will last for thousands of years. The remaining oceans instantly boil away. The atmosphere becomes a superheated, unbreathable furnace. The Earth didn't just casually destroy the moon. It turned the moon into a massive cosmic shotgun and fired it directly at itself. The sky has literally fallen, and there is absolutely nowhere left to hide. The universe is incredibly full of terrifying monsters, and we have only just begun to look into the shadows. If you want to know exactly what else is hiding out there, click the video on your screen right now, or click on our channel name to explore our entire archive of cosmic nightmares. The nightmare is far from over.